Hello and welcome back to this moon messages reading. So this is going to be your full moon to new moon reading from the full moon in Cancer on the 26th of December or 27th of December depending on where you are in the world, to the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January 2024. Can't believe we are going into 2024. It's mad. Where has this year gone? Okay, I hope you all had and are still having a wonderful Christmas, and and looking forward to the new year. I know I am. Just want a fresh start and create some new things in my life. So anyway, today is the full moon in Cancer in the UK. And I spoke a little about this in a little video I did this morning on full moon rituals. I did a little video on Instagram, and it was just about kind of writing out intentions for the full moon and intentions for the new year, and kind of what you want to release before you go into the new year. So I just want to quickly mention that before I go into the reading. So I gave a little exercise that you can try, and you might want to try it yourself. And that is to write down different areas in your life, like work, home, finances, relationships, health, like all the areas that you can think of that you want to focus on, and write down things in those areas that you maybe haven't been happy in, the things that you haven't been happy with in those areas over the last year, and pick out the emotions from those things. So like, say for instance, you know, I'm feeling unhappy in work, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling unsettled at home, I'm feeling uncomfortable at home, I'm feeling jealous in a relationship, I'm feeling untrusting in a relationship, I'm feeling uncared for, you know, all those different things, and write down all of the emotions. Because Cancer, so full moon in Cancer is a water sign, and water sign is all about emotion. So we want to focus on our feelings and our emotions, and what emotions we want to release before during this full moon, but also before 2024. Okay, so what emotions, and it, you know, I always say to be with your emotions, but what ones do you want to have less of in the new year, and what emotions and feelings do you want to have more of? And we want to set our intentions for those that we want to release and let go of, and the ones, and set our intentions for the new year in terms of what emotions and feelings we want to receive more of and feel more of in the new year. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to write down all the feelings that we didn't like, emotions we didn't like having and experiencing over the last year in different areas of our lives. And then once you've got your list of feelings and emotions, you have to feel into every single one. So say for instance you were sad in an area, you want to focus on that sadness, feel it and experience it in your body, and then set the intention to release it during this full moon. Okay, so just say it out loud or say it in your mind. I set the intention to release this feeling of sadness, this feeling of anger, whatever it is, during this full moon. Okay, and just imagine it just releasing and letting go of it. Okay, and then what you want to do after that, once you've gone through everything, is set the intention to the feelings that you want to receive in 2024, in the new year. Okay, what feelings do I want to experience more of? What feelings and emotions do I want to receive? Okay, and then literally feel those, right? Imagine you feeling those, feel those in your body, and then let it go and trust that those things are going to come to you, or you're going to experience things in your life which are going to bring those feelings, or help those feelings come to the surface more. Okay, so just wanted to leave that there with you, a little ritual that you can try over this full moon period. If you are watching this video a bit later, it doesn't matter, you can do this at any time. I'm just expressing this during the full moon, and you can do it at any full moons as well, so any full moons in the future. This one is actually the last full moon of 2023, so this is the reason why I'm sharing it now, and obviously going into 2024. Okay, anyway, now that's done, because I felt it was important to share that, because I've only shared it on Instagram and not everyone is on Instagram. But now that is done, I can go into the reading. So I'm actually using my new deck. My sister got me a new deck for Christmas. This is the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Now I've not got any decks by this person, so yeah, it's a lovely, beautiful deck with beautiful pictures. So thank you to my sister for that, and I can use that now on my moon messages. So I've been using the same cards for years now, but yeah, it's nice to have new ones. Okay, so I'll show you the cards. We've got 2 cards that came out together, and then another 2 cards after that, and then separate ones. Okay, but the first 2 cards that came out together were self-reflection, okay, and discernment. Now look at those images, they're so cool. Okay, so the first one I picked up, the self-reflection card. I've noticed that, if you notice that this woman here, it's the same woman, but you've got her looking outwards, and then obviously the reflection of her looking outwards the other way, and then this one she's looking inwards, and this one she's looking, you know, they're looking at each other. So what I picked up from this is that sometimes you can't see what's behind you, so you can't see at the back of your head, unless, you know, obviously if you hold the mirror in front of you and you've got a mirror behind you, you can see the back of your head. But this one hasn't got a mirror, like she's not holding a mirror in front of her, so she can't actually see the back of her, right, what she's turned her back on, right? And I'm gonna have to look at it to get the message what came through. And then she also, so she's looking at herself in the mirror, so she can see the front of her, but she's got her eyes closed, and both of them got their eyes closed. Okay, so really she can't see what's in front of her, and she can't see what's behind her. Okay, so sometimes people in our lives are mirrors to us, right? They mirror back areas that are inside us, things that are inside us, our personality traits that we have hidden and buried, that we don't want to look at, right? And they also mirror back good things about us, so things that we probably do want to see, right? You know, some people have the same sense of humour as us, some people have lots of compassion, empathy, kindness, all the things that we love about ourselves. People mirror that back to us as well. The people in our lives have come to us for a reason, and they will mirror good things and they will mirror bad things. Sometimes we don't admit that there are actually things that are inside us, and we say, oh, that person's very judgmental, or that person is, you know, they get jealous really easily, or oh, they, you know, they're a bit passive aggressive, right? And we forget that sometimes we can be the same, right? Or we forget a part of us that used to be like that many years ago, that we have kind of buried, dug deep within our subconscious, and we haven't wanted to look at that at all, right? And we've forgotten about that. And you know, sometimes that comes out if we're triggered by things, or people make us respond to things, right? And then we kind of maybe then realize that, oh, okay, I can be jealous at times, I can be judgmental at times, right? We're all judgmental at some points in our lives. Anyway, so what the point is here is that some people are in our past, right? And maybe this is to do with like ex-relationships, things like that, and we're still kind of like judging them for it, or we're still talking to people about our exes, or I'm just going to use that as an example, or maybe someone in our life now is kind of showing that to us and we're judging them, right? But this card is to say, you know, sometimes we have to look at those things. We have to look at ourselves in the mirror, and we have to say, okay, what does this person have, whether it's past or whether it's right in front of us? And this is the thing, right? What's right in front of us and what's in the past, right? What do those people have that I have had at some point in my own life, or in my own personality, my own interactions? Have I ever done, said, you know, behaved in this way as well, right? Or has someone in my life behaved this way and then I haven't forgiven them? Because it's sometimes not about our traits, it's sometimes about things that we haven't let go of, we haven't forgiven, right? And so we are being triggered by someone else, so please follow me on this, we're being triggered by somebody else who is reflecting that which somebody else in our past had. So for instance, if you got bullied at school, right, and then someone in your work now is bullying you or making you or judging you or, you know, falling out with you, and you're being triggered and you're reacting in a bad way, but that trigger is from an experience that you experienced many years ago, maybe in childhood, maybe in school when you were bullied, right? You're treating them the same way as you would have treated that other person, right? Maybe they're not like meaning to be that way, maybe they're not meaning to be cruel, but you're experiencing that in that way, right? So I'm just using it as an example, okay? This is a bit deep, but this is what this card is all about. Unfortunately, when we deal with reflection work, it's always going to be deep, right? Because it's meaning that you have to self-reflect. And then the discernment card that goes with that is you have to discern what is yours and what is theirs, right? So some people are doing the same, right? We all do the same. So some people are projecting their own stuff onto us when really it's them being triggered by something else in their past or something that's going on in their life right now, and they're projecting it onto you. So if you're having these interactions with people, discern what is theirs and what is mine. Do I have anything that's triggering me? Or maybe this is their stuff and maybe this has nothing to do with me. And be careful with that, because sometimes we might miss things, right? Be honest with yourself, be truthful with yourself. And this is also about discerning who you want to keep in your life and who you want to let go of. So are you being triggered so many times by the same person? And if that's the case, is there something you can do about it? Can you do some healing? Can you do some reflection work on it? But if not, is it really damaging your mental health, your well-being, by having this person in your life still? And if so, do you need to let them go? Discern whether you need to keep them or let them go. And also discern whether you want to keep replaying certain memories about old people in your life as well. So this is a really good time to do that in the full moons, releasing old patterns, releasing old energies that you do not want to bring with you into the new year. Okay, so do I want to continue talking about my ex all the time? Do I want to continue holding on to them when they're long gone, right, and moved on? Do I want to do that? Is it really healthy for me? Is it helping me in any way? Do I really want that energy to come with me into 2024? Maybe not. Okay, so it's about discerning that. So very strong, long message for that first couple of cards. Okay, the next two cards, they're kind of related. So we've got acceptance and realization. Now this is when you get to a stage of realizing and accepting the truth. Okay, so realizing the truth of things, your experience, you know, what is really going on right here, you know, right now. Is this person, you know, reflecting something of mine that I need to just accept, and I need to accept that I need to move on. I need to accept that this person isn't good for me. You know, I have to have that realization. And then with this keyhole here, it's like you are now, once you've had that self-reflection moment, you've now opened the door, and it's up to you whether you walk through that door or whether you walk back into the past, right? So are you going to continue going over, replaying things that you've always said and done, and, you know, the way you've behaved? Or are you going to just, you've opened the door, right? You can choose to walk through that door. So are you going to go through that new door and experience a whole new future for yourself? Look how beautiful that is. And look how dark and deserted that past is. Are you going to go back and walk there and keep going over the same path and experience all the darkness still? Or are you going to walk into the sunlight? It's completely up to you, right? And I'm sure, you know, this acceptance card says it all, right? You have to accept your reality and then accept the fact that you have to choose that. You have to do that walking through that door, or, you know, you are the one that chooses this path, okay? And then we have self-love, and the self-love card here, I was instantly drawn to the word boundaries. Okay, now self-love can be all about, you know, looking after yourself, saying kind words to yourself, running lovely baths for yourself, pampering yourself, you know, wearing lovely clothes and making yourself look beautiful and feel beautiful. It can be all those things, right? But also self-love is having boundaries, setting boundaries for yourself, telling people no sometimes, right? Really listening to yourself and what is right for you and what is healthy for you and what you need, okay, and what you want, and asking for it, and like I say, saying no to the things that just aren't serving you and that aren't good for you. Maybe creating space for yourself, maybe limiting your time with certain people, or just choosing to do something different for yourself that you wouldn't normally do. It's not people pleasing as much, it's all of those things, right? It's not just about all the bubble baths and pampering. Okay, and this last part of the year, I feel, is very, especially this full moon energy, is very much about that. It's about discerning you know, what's right for you and what isn't, and again, what you're going to bring into the new year. What version of you are you going to bring into the new year? Okay, and then we have change. Now look at this card. It is just, it's mad, right? And it says thunder moon, and I had a healing session recently. I'm learning a new healing modality, and I had my own session with a practitioner, and I saw a vision of a thunder, like a cyclone around me and inside me, and it was, you know, this really stormy energy, and it just brought up so many like emotions of, you know, what would I be feeling if I was in that storm, right? And there was like all these different things like anger, rage, like just, yeah, all of those feelings that are just maybe very deep inside, right? And the word, when I picked this up, I didn't even realise the thunder part before I picked this up, but I saw this woman, she was like pushing this, and it was almost like she was forcing something, right? And I heard the word, a force to be reckoned with. Now, this might be a version of yourself that you are connecting with. Maybe there's been a storm brewing up inside of you for so long, and you just want to voice something, you just want to express something, you need to get something out and tell someone something, or, you know, just say it how you feel, say how you feel, right? This Cancer full moon is about emotions and expressing your emotions and feelings. Maybe that's something you have needed to do for a long time, and it's been bubbling up inside of you, and maybe it just all comes out in a massive storm, right? But this boundary, this self-love, this boundaries card goes well with this, because it's about you really standing up for yourself, really stepping into your truth and expressing your truth and saying what's right and wrong for you, and what you don't want in your life anymore, what's not acceptable to you anymore, standing up for yourself and other people. I know I've definitely done that recently. And yeah, it's like you found a new part of you that's a force to be reckoned with, and you feel stronger and you feel more resilient, and you feel you can speak up for yourself, as I say. And people are going to probably be like, what, who's this? Right? I don't know this person. But it's needed, because it needs to come out, and you need to clear that energy away to create new, clearer, more focused, more driven, motivated energy for the new year. Okay, and as we step into the new moon energy is all about that. It's about, you know, what, planting the seeds, setting your intentions, and then going for it, right? And taking action on those things that you have set. Okay, and then the last card we have in the moon cards is balance. Now I was really drawn to these two cards. That you've got discernment and balance, and if you look, they've both got clouds over their heads, which is really random artwork, but I was interested in that. I was like, what's the message there? But I suppose if you think about it, it's like, what is clouding you? Like, and with discernment, it's about judgment, right? So what is clouding your judgment? And if you think about the things that might cloud your judgment, right? When you get into a new relationship, or and you know, you get all the they say love is blind, don't they? And you know, you get all the fuzzy feelings and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes sometimes, not all the time, love can cloud our judgment, right? We don't always see everything that we need to see because we're just, you know, all airy fairy and butterflies and all that, right? We're so focused on the potential of this person, or, you know, where it might lead, or all these lovely feelings, right, that we don't actually see things for what they are. And that will go back to the mirror card, right? We're not actually seeing the truth right in front of us, right? And so this balance card is about looking at the areas where you might be doing things or taking things. When I say taking things, I mean like taking things into your body, so like drugs, alcohol, even, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna just be truthful, even tarot card readings, even, you know, all these sort of things. Sometimes we can get addicted to like hearing so many readings, like maybe you're someone who watches all of these readings on YouTube. They can cloud your judgment, right? And that means that you can just not listen to yourself. You can not pay attention to what is actually true for you. Be mindful of that and be careful of that, right? So try to get clear on what is true for you. Try to get rid of those clouds, right? Clear the way and create more balance in your life. Create the balance of, you know, what is true for me? What do I need to listen to in myself? Maybe it's about also listening to other people. Not always, because that can cloud your judgment as well. But those people you trust and people that know you really well, maybe listen to those, okay? But it's about getting that right balance of of kind of balance of listening to other people and the balance of listening to yourself, and also the balance between your head and your heart, okay, or your gut. So we then have the crystal. We also have a crystal. If you haven't seen these before, we've got a crystal of the moon cycle, and I love the crystal that came out, and I'm going to show you the crystal that I've got as well, which goes with this card. So we have pyrite. Another word for pyrite is fool's gold. So it's a bit of a man-made crystal, I believe, but it's just beautiful. I love it. And so when I got this, I started packing boxes and stuff because I'm going to be moving, but I'd already packed up this, but I got it out. I unpacked it and got it out because I wanted to use it in this reading. So my pyrite, look at that, heart-shaped pyrite. I actually treated myself to this on my birthday. It's just absolutely beautiful, and it's really heavy. So when I bought it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like a proper grounding stone. So if I ever feel like I need grounding, I grab it and I'm just like it feels so heavy in my hand, and it brings me back to earth. It brings me back to like solid, I don't know, a solid feeling, something tangible. It's something that I can just really kind of feel grounded with. Okay, so that might be a message for you in order for you to get more balance and to actually step into your body more rather than being in your head more and listening to other people, or, you know, whatever's going to take you away from your intuition, your body and your heart. You need to ground yourself, right? So you need to go for walks, and this is something I definitely need to do more of. I don't do enough of it in the winter, only in the summer. But go for walks, walk in nature, just maybe even listen to nature sounds, or you know, grab something like this to help ground yourself, right? What's the other one that's really good for that? Hematite, I think, something like that. Maybe I got that wrong, I don't know. There's a really heavy dark stone or crystal, and it's just really heavy. Okay, so something like that can help ground you. Yeah, anyway, any grounding techniques, okay, really good for helping you to get back into your body and have that balance. So I'm just gonna read out the pyrite card and how that can help you in this moon cycle. So the essential meaning of pyrite: inherent value, knowing your worth, self-appreciation, genuine abundance and prosperity within. Throughout the ages, humans have sought the gems of the earth, the crystals whose beauty delighted the eye and whose powers could aid them in their quest to achieve a sense of safety and abundance. They recognize the intrinsic value of these gifts from nature And when Pyrite Spirit appears, you are meant to appreciate the abundance that the universe has provided. An abundance of opportunities, resources, support, and most importantly, love. A scarcity mentality will prevent you from seeing all that is available to you, and you are now called to offer thanks to the myriad gifts for the myriad gifts you have been given to achieve balance. Oh, look at that. As you take your healing journey, you will find it easier and easier to recognize that you will always have what you need. Abundance awaits as you ready yourself to claim it. The conscious universe has your back. What you need will not be denied you at this time. Can't read today. So open yourself to receiving it by practicing appreciation. Relationship message. Pyrite Spirit has a clear message for you. Observe and appreciate the inherent value in your experiences and relationships. Those small moments of joy as you interact with the ones you love, those people around you who offer you support. Do you stop to appreciate the cumulative effects of your relationships with those who enhance your life? Today is a perfect day to do so. And as you look at the inherent value of things, notice the wealth of wisdom you are gaining as a result of the variety of experiences with a diversity of people. Pay attention to whether your relationships have inherent value. What do I say? Are some simply ones you have accumulated, perhaps even started to detract from your life? If they have no inherent value, let them go. For you are meant to experience relationships rich in love and support. Prosperity message. Prosperity shows up in different forms. Do you see and appreciate the value in what you own, enjoy, and experience? Going back to that beginning, when I said about all the different areas in your life, okay? Pyrite Spirit, also known as Fool's Gold, reminds us that there is great value in many aspects of life, not just the material. I was talking about emotions as well, wasn't I? This crystal spirit is here to draw your attention to all that is available to you, support, love, and resources to build upon. You don't have to do it all by yourself, for the conscious universe is your ally and wants you to experience prosperity. The road sometimes gets a little wonky, but only because you are being called to consider the riches you may be overlooking in your quest for more. Find the inherent value in what is yours, the memories, experiences, and situations that have brought you here to the brink of a breakthrough. If you are willing to practice appreciation, full stop, move away from the externally imposed systems of evaluation and what others find worthy to determine and appreciate what is valuable to you. Pyrite Spirit will show you how much you have and are manifesting to co-create your most abundant life. Crystal Spirit meditation. Pyrite has a very male energy to it. This stone aligns us with grounded action. I didn't even know that. Towards manifestation of abundance. It assists us in learning to take action one step at a time towards a desired physical outcome. Meditate with this stone to tune into the great value in all aspects of your life, the abundance and potentiality always available to you. Then you will be a magnet for prosperity. So it's an abundant stone, a prosperity bringing stone. So if you want to manifest abundance as well, go and get some pyrite. Maybe not this one because it's quite expensive. You can get little bits, but yeah, obviously if you want a big bit, go and treat yourself. That was definitely the best thing I bought myself, to really show myself that I loved myself and wanted to treat myself. Anyway, okay, so that is your moon messages, the last moon messages of 2023. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do want to book a personal reading, all my details are in the description box. I am taking readings at this time. I have a few slots open over the next few days, so please take advantage of that. If you want to know, maybe if you want a reading for the next year, or over the next few months, then please do get in touch. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next reading in the new year. Bye.